So it's maybe 3 weeks into my formulation of an idea for my FMP. I've decided to change my idea from the black comedy with like sort of Wes Anderson style, and I've decided to change it into a more condensed story. I started getting influences from the Goonies. It was like it's a childhood favorite film, and I just loved everything about it. You know, like young kids going out and finding this gold, this treasure. But I sort of wanted to make it a bit more. I wanted to make it easier to digest, so I decided to. God, cat. I decided to change the characters from maybe like 5 or 6 young children to an older person, and I feel this maybe give me a bit more wiggle room for like dialogue and story development. So, but yeah, there's a post on my original why I changed my plan and stuff. It was the first post I'd done for this module. The second post I'd done then was my influences, which would have been the Goonies and the film Nebraska. Fantastic film. Bruce Dern, fantastic actor in the film, and it's about him going out and looking for, like him travelling from his hometown to Lincoln, Nebraska to cash in the sweepstake and taking his son with him. It was a bit of like back and forth comedy. Like it was a bit of a dark comedy, but like it was enjoyable. Sort of like implement these two together, where there was an older person starting to lose their mind a wee bit and going out and looking for this treasure. But then also I felt like this wasn't fairly hard hitting in a sense. I wanted to make it a bit more emotional, so I thought including the notion of Alzheimer's or dementia in my character was a direction that I didn't really anticipate going to, but I feel that through the research I've done on Alzheimer's and speaking to Patricia, getting the dialogue right and getting the story progression right with looking at the 3 films that I looked at that dealt with dementia, I feel like I'll be able to formulate a better script than the first few that I have written. The first post was basically the full entire progression from start of the idea right to the last final idea that I have, which then follows on to the next two blog posts of how I got there. So, but speaking of Patricia, was fantastic. She gave me very, very good insights on what it was like for, especially with the family, which helped me write the character of Jack and the character of Mary, because Patricia is in fact like a home help. Well, not a home help, sorry. She works in a nursing home, Fairfields, in Cookstown. But all these insights and reading that journal about the girl, the case study about the girl and the her grandmother having moments of clarity, and then reading the book I'm Still Here, you know, how the memories are all still there, but they just have to find certain ways to unlock them. And then that sort of brings in as well the Notebook, the film. Obviously it's a bit of a cliche film now, it's more of a teen film really, but like I feel like the way they executed the reveal of the Alzheimer's was heart-wrenching, if any words. Like I was curled up in the fetal position for about 2 hours crying. But I feel like if I include all these subtle hints in my script that I have done now, obviously after the research, hinting towards her mental state rather than just saying, oh, you've got Alzheimer's, we will deal with it. Rather, I didn't really want that. I wanted more of a like I've written, you know, I'm knitting a blanket for baby Jack, and then Jack to turn and be like, but I'm Jack. You know, just wee small subtle hints without actually throwing the information. And then obviously we get the reveal where the character of Mary comes in and speaks to Jack and asks, does she still think Francis is alive? And then we get that wee moment where we're like, oh God. Well, hopefully we get that wee moment of, oh God, Francis isn't actually with us anymore. So hopefully, if I include all this research into, even whenever I'm filming it, like I've included it all in my script, but whenever I'm filming it, I think maybe I might be able to use my actor whenever I cast to take them through the different stages and of what I've come up with to show this decline of the character. But I feel like I need to do a few test shoots, and I need to actually go and find an elderly actor. I feel like I want to get a woman, because, well, like 2/3 of Alzheimer's patients are women statistically. So, and I think like having a grandson and a grandmother, I don't know. It's well, for me anyway. With my grandparents, I was always closer with my grandmother. So I'll maybe portray that across the screen as well, hopefully. But yeah, time will tell. I've got the final script written now, and I just need to get my cat out of the way. I just need to start casting. Start casting my actors, and then working with them with the script, doing, you know, like walkthroughs and telling them what I want from the character, and maybe see if they can add anything themselves just to make it a wee bit more natural. But hopefully with the research into Alzheimer's and dementia then applied to the script, I hope that it gives it a more authentic feel. Well, that's the plan. And on to casting and getting a crew together.